Hello YouTubers, this is David. I wanted to show off my brand new 2021 Mustang GT convertible. I ordered it back in May and it just came in yesterday. So I picked it up and I'm pretty excited about it. This is a special order car and it's my own build. I love these Mustangs. Now I know what you're thinking, this is a Mopar channel. What are you doing, David? Are you giving up on your Mopars? Absolutely not. I still have my Challenger. I did not trade my Challenger in. It's not going anywhere because I think all these cars are going to go up in value for a variety of reasons, which I'll talk about later. But this is my new car. It's kind of a toy. It's a weekend car, just here to have some fun. And it's Velocity Blue with ceramic interior, which you don't see hardly at all. You don't see the tan or the ceramic interiors at all on these cars. It's a shame that they don't have more examples of these. It's a beautiful color combination, beautiful interiors, but they just don't push it. And the reason is because, you know, they've got a lot of restrictions on how you can order these things because, so for example, if you want tan or ceramic interior, you cannot get the 401A options package, which means you can't get the heated steering wheel, you can't get the digital dash. Okay, you have to either get black or the showstopper red, which is a shame. I don't know why they put those restrictions in, but I decided that, hey, you know, I really like this white on blue. I just gotta have it. You know, the digital dash, I'm not much of a gizmo person. It's nice for about 10 minutes and then I'm done with it. You know, my Challenger has all kind of gizmos like that. I'm just not attracted to that. Plus, I got the GT Performance Pack on here, and the GT Performance Pack comes with these analog gauges in the dash, and I think it looks really nice with the traditional analog gauges in the cluster. It kind of flows better and matches. Whereas if you have the digital cluster and the Performance Pack analog gauges, I think it kind of clashes a little bit. So I think it actually looks better this way. And I love the My Color options that you can select and change all the gauge colors in this car at night. And again, with the traditional cluster, I think it's just gorgeous and beautiful. It's really kind of a work of art. I'm just not the kind of person that's going to get into the gizmos. On a lot of these car reviews, they spend 30 minutes going through the Sync 3 and going through the gizmos. And I'm like, hey, I don't care about that. This is a car, drive it. I want to know how it drives. I don't care about the electronic gizmos in it. Anyway, so it's got GT Performance Pack. It's got Magne-Ride, which rides great, fantastic. Love the Magne-Ride, and of course it is a stick. Now I know the automatic is fantastic. The new 10-speed is awesome. It is faster. It sounds great, but I just had to have the stick. Again, this is a toy. It's all about the experience for me, and I just had to have it. And I don't regret it a bit after driving it all day today. I just think it's an awesome color combination. The video and pictures don't do it justice. This color really pops in person. And when you look at pictures online or video, it just doesn't do it justice. It really doesn't. It really doesn't at all. I just think it is just absolutely gorgeous. But the Magne-Ride and GT Performance Pack and this special color combination, that's what I got. I didn't get the active exhaust because I plan on putting my own exhaust on, because I want not just a better sound, but I want some nicer looking tips. These tips aren't bad, but they're not nearly as cool as those Borla tips or some of the other aftermarket solutions. Beautiful, beautiful tips, really sets off the rear end, and decided, hey, I'm gonna go aftermarket with my exhaust. So no active exhaust for me. The only thing I think I kind of wish I might have done is the B&O sound system. I was on the fence about that and just didn't do it because the convertibles come in premium, which already comes with you know, better than base sound system. And it's not bad, it's adequate. Okay, it's adequate. You just have to play with the settings a little bit, but it's adequate. But you know, the B&O, of course I haven't heard the B&O, but I'm sure it has more of a louder bass coming from the rear of the vehicle, and that would have been nice. So that's the only thing I would change if I was reordering this again. Again, you know, the soundtrack is really the exhaust, and I've hardly turned on the radio at all since I've been driving it. But you know, the B&O wouldn't have been a bad idea. Why did I buy a Mustang? Why did I buy this? I've already got a Challenger. I've already got a lot of Mopars. Guys, let me tell you something. The world's changing, and these cars are going away. That's the real reason why the values are going through the roof, because they're not going to be around anymore, and it's hard to get them now. Almost impossible to get them. That's why the used values are going through the roof. There's inflation, and there's electrification. There's everything going on, and these cars are going to be harder and harder to get, and the prices are going to go up. They already jacked the price up on this car, 370 bucks from the manufacturer, between the time that I ordered it and the time they printed the window sticker. I can guarantee you that this car MSRP is at over 55K, 55.3. I'll have to pull up the exact number. I guarantee you that a 2022 model is probably going to be bumping 60, similarly equipped, if you can get it. And the 2023s are going to be based on that all-wheel drive SUV platform. Now, I'm sure they'll market it well, I'm sure they'll design it well, I'm sure it'll be a cool car, but it's going to be something very different from this. And I'm not so sure that's going to be something all of us are going to really like and want. And again, everybody knows that. The Challengers, the Chargers are being are on a limited lifespan. The Camaro's already been canceled, right? And of course the Mustang's going to go on, but it's going to be very, very different from what it is today. And we don't know what that's going to be, but it just doesn't look good to me when I look at the future. If they do improve it, and if it is a better car, it's going to cost you a heck of a lot more. I don't know. The S550, in my opinion, is the best Mustang ever made since the original. It's the most powerful, it's got the best engine, the Coyote is unbeatable. To me, it's the most beautiful, most attractive, most sporty, most capable. It is the best. The S550 is the best Mustang ever made, and I believe it's the best Mustang that will ever be made. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like this is a future collector's item. I really do. Now, what kind of mods do I plan on doing this? Because I mod everything. Well, like I said, I'm going to put probably a Borla or Ford Performance by Borla exhaust on it, axle back. Why axle back? Well, because since it's a convertible, it's got tons of bracing up underneath, and if you want to put a cat back, you got to take all that off. It's going to be an aggravation. So axle back, you don't have to take all that bracing off underneath. You can just saw it off and plug it right in. I'm also probably going to do the Ford Performance pack, which is the cold air intake, the 87 millimeter throttle body, and the tune from Ford Performance. It's covered under warranty. It's about 1,200 bucks. And I'm probably going to add that. That's going to bump it up to 480 horsepower. It's going to bump it up to the level of the Mach 1. And so I'm going to do that as well. I'm thinking about doing some lowering springs, and also maybe the Performance Pack 2 wheels, the bigger wheel setup. And essentially, once all that's done, I'll have a convertible Mach 1, if you want to know the truth about it. That's because that's kind of what I really wanted, and they don't make it. So I'm essentially trying to build it. Yep, I believe this is last of the Mohicans, guys. Last of the Mohicans. And you're probably, I don't know why, it's very hard to find this color combination. It's very hard to find any of the high impact colors, especially in convertibles. The oranges, the blues, the race reds, the yellows, all you see is gray or black or that antimatter blue, which I don't like. And I know there's some people out there that like that stuff. I don't mean to offend you, but I just, you know, it's just so dull. There's so many dull colors. And I guess that's a fad right now to go for the dull colors, but and of course that's what you're going to find on the lot most of the time. It kind of reminds me, back in the 70s, Chrysler was bad about making a lot of green cars, or the brown cars, which were popular colors at the time. But in the 80s and 90s, when people were trying to collect those things, the last thing they wanted was a green one or a brown one. And the blues and the yellows and the blacks were very hard to find. Very hard to find colors. So it'll be with this car as well. The vast majority are going to be the rock colors that are so popular right now. You know, these concrete colors. And I don't know why. And again, I'm not trying to offend anybody that if you love those colors, but you know, why do I want my car painted in concrete? I don't know. I just anyway. So I'm keeping my Challenger, but I'm going to do some comparisons between the Mustang and the Challenger, and I'm going to try to cover topics that no one else is covering, because I think that's an issue. A lot of guys, there's a few other guys doing the same kind of thing with owning a Mustang and Challenger and making comparisons. You know, the 5.0 versus the Scat Pack or whatnot, which I have, but they're missing some things. So I'm going to try and see if I can bring you some information that you're not going to find anywhere else. So stay tuned. If you have any questions, let me know. If there's anything you want to see or hear about, or any comparisons you want, let me know. All right. Check you later.